Hello, hello, hello. How we doing today? I hope you're doing good and great. It is Friday, the 10th of February. What are we gonna be doing today? Where are you listening from? It is 3 p.m. Pacific, my time. And we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday is Monday Motivational. Wednesday is Hypnosis. Friday is more chill out. More of a chill out experience. I've got a phone call. So just bear with me for one momento while you let me know. And I'm back. Sometimes you gotta take a phone call. Hey, welcome back. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Autumn in Florida. I bet the weather's pretty good. Right? Another Floridan. Tampa Bay, been there before. Sarah is here as well on the YouTube. MZ is here. Welcome back, my friend. Denmark. I really enjoyed my time when I was in Denmark. That was super awesome. It was a bit chilly when I went though. It was a little bit chilly, but I did like seeing all the bikes with the big kind of container thing at the front where the children could kind of sit in. That was awesome. Welcome back. Great to have you here. Welcome back, Elaine, as well. Yes, it is Friday. Yay! Hey, Lisa. Great to have you here as well. Welcome. We're going live on YouTube, Facebook, in different places, Twitch, Twitter, and in the near future, Instagram too. In the near future, when they figure it out. I'll have to just make sure I stay in frame because it'll be all horizontal. Vertical. We are horizontal. I hope your Friday, your week as well, has been a good one. If not, let's make it a little bit better. Yeah, it's in the future. On another streaming software called OBS, they've just done that upgrade. So people who use this software that I'm using right now have said, if it can be done over there using that software, let's make it happen on this software. Yeah, Twitch is more of a gaming place, but there are just talk categories, and that's which one I'm streaming in right now. But YouTube is the best for me. Oh, it's cold now. Huh. I bet. No new monitors. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I might have to do something to make it work. We'll see. But no new monitors. We won't need monitors. Because it'll be just taking this one video, this live, and then streaming it out to these different destinations, which I'm doing right now. Even in LinkedIn, I'm streaming. Supposedly. I think so. So LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, in different places. Yeah, YouTube is the best experience because it was meant for this experience. So the video, audio is that bit better. You want a hypnosis rave? Okay. I wasn't going to bring it out today. But here we go. There we go. There's the hypnosis rave. Oh, I didn't put... Should have some reverb as well. There we go. Because it is Friday. It is Friday. All day. So as you go into this rave trance, you can go deeper to the beat of the hypnosis rave. You can you not? Already? I think you can. So there we go. That's the rave. Welcome back. All the way in London. Another place I really like. And welcome back as well. You missed Wednesday. Being out and about. Yes. So, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm testing the waters. So, I get my assistant to go over the timestamps of the countdown, the pre-chat, and the content, and then the post-chat. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking the raw file, in other words, the recording, editing it, and then uploading that as well. So that means we keep the live show in its full length for like an hour and a half, and then upload the other one of just the content a little bit later. And so far, it's done okay. So far, statistically, we have more viewers if you add them both. So, yes. So we'll see what happens. That's true. I just thought it was overplayed. I thought this was... I've been overplaying it too much. Oh, hello there. There we go. All the ones I've done so far. No, that old one didn't work. Beep. I don't like that though. It's a little zoom. Beep. Oh, so yeah, it does keep the chats on the replay as well. I forgot about that. If you edit a live stream, it takes away. And that's what we're doing. All of them. No, mainly the uploaded one. For reachability. For reachability. If that's a word. Reachability. Not this microphone. This one is, oh my goodness, is my favorite mic in the world. It was built by someone who no longer even does it anymore, but it's a custom mic, which is meant to be similar to the, if I get the name right, Newman. I can't remember what version, which is usually like a 10K, I think. I might be wrong. 7 to 10 grand. But he was a sound engineer and he built it with the right capsules and everything like that to make it sound as close to a Newman microphone, which in the industry is really, really, really good. But I've also got this one right here. Well, camera's there. But it's very big. And it's my backup mic. In case something happens. And this is called, I saw a review on it. It's called the Bumblebee, I think. There we go. But it's huge. If that's what you meant anyway. But I love this mic. There's my favorite. My favorite mic. But once this goes, it'll be hard to find another one. It does look kind of cool. Sebastian, well, that was the brief phone call that I took. He went to the dentist, and he didn't do very well at the dentist. He refused treatment, supposedly. But I'm going to chat to Melissa after the stream. But he seems far more vibrant, like bright-eyed. He's like that now. So he's doing better. And Mr. Cuddles, the cat, is sunbathing. Welcome! Welcome back. Great to have you, my friend. Oh, thank you. Yeah, one day I'll connect my phone to this system, and I'll show you all the little pieces of gear that I have. Let's see, I got an audio message as well. Like this one here is my favorite. All those buttons. All those buttons. Press a button and suddenly, there I am. And then I have this big audio device for the effects. And it's all on this one side. It's about this big. About this big. So I can just go ahead and turn down. Go ahead all the way back up. We can do lots of different funny things. We can go ahead and speak like this.
Like this.
Like this. Hey, like this. Like this. Like this. I don't know what this is.
It's Friday.
Oh, it is Friday. It's Friday. I did know that one.
With all the effects.
So, yeah, we got lots of things we can do. Even a
Scary one. It's hard to speak with this because I'm hearing that effect at the same time.
the system does lots of things.
So we can have a wonderful Friday.
But I do like my tech. I want to make more of it, or get more of it. Yes. I'm gonna do it again, just for fun. And it didn't break on me this time. Yep, it's up there, so you get to have it. And it's the other reason I wanted it is because it'll be for community. So people go, oh, you know, you guys are pretty cool. I might want to join that chat sometime. No problems, Michelle. It's a pleasure to have you here. Nice. You can do it on the cheap as well. Well, there's always someone ahead of me, for sure. Like, if you ever see Kevin Michael Reeds, if he ever posts it in chat, I will show you his studio. Now, you're looking at monitors. He's got like 8 monitors, about this big, huge. And he's just looking at them all. Nice. But there we go. Yeah, his is insane. Like I said, if you ever post it in chat, I'll bring it up on screen. But he's probably walking for NASA right now. Literally working. Or the space peoples. Whoever those space peoples are. I don't know if it's SpaceX. I can't remember. But yeah, there we go. So, we'll see what we do on this episode. Get to it. This is my last weekend free. And then next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm teaching people to be NLP practitioners and hypnotists. The next weekend, we're doing it all over again. Or part 2. And then the next weekend, we're doing part 3. The finale of the certification. So I'm going to be busy. Yes. And you're going to be there. You're going to be there. So it's going to be fun. I love teaching. I don't get to teach as like a trainer teach. I get to do these obviously 3 times per week. But I only run trainings 2, maybe 3 times per year. So it's nice to get back into the teaching, because the reason why I like it, because it makes me think more. So if I'm doing a demonstration of how to do a to like induce trance, because I teach like handshake inductions, eye stare inductions, lots of different kind of inductions. I've got to do it whilst analyzing what I'm doing, so that means I teach people why I said what, or did what I did, did what I did, did what I did, or did what I do what I did, in any order you choose. I get to break it down. I like to go, this is the process. How can we break it down simplistically? How, like, one of my favorite sentences when I teach people is, say it the way you want them to feel. And that's been a game changer for me doing hypnosis, because if I want to elicit an emotional state out of someone, the best way to do it is to get in state to elicit it. So I like to teach, like break things down. Yeah, I like to be busy. I'm very preoccupied with work. And there's a question I've been asking myself. How much I work, and how much do I live? But then I go, well, I like to work, and does that mean I'm living? And that's a question I ponder quite a bit. But how much talking do I do in the week? It varies. It varies. Because the training will be quite a few hours a day. So I'm just teaching all the different sections and segments. So that's that when I talk a lot. But then I don't talk a lot. I mean, I live alone. I talk to myself and the pets, maybe. But yeah, it's an interesting question. Hey, Steph, great to have you here. Beep. Should have muted my computer. Great to have you here. Happy Friday. How much do I enjoy working? Good question. A lot. I enjoy 80% of what I do. Roughly. Meaning, there's things that I've got to do which, it's just business. You got to learn to be good at business to help more people. So I'm passionate about learning business. But there are things, like logistical things. which I try to outsource to like my assistant and so on. Like she does it with the timestamps. If I had to do all that, that would be annoying. Because it's not my zone of speciality. But I love my group coaching calls. I love recording hypnosis. Yeah, so there's always going to be the business. Exactly. I call it work because that's just what I do. But it doesn't mean that, you know, most people go, I don't like going to work. But I go, oh, well, I can't wait to get to work. See, I get to go to work. Exactly. Kind of believe it. Because I don't think well, maybe people do. When you get to a level to outsource a lot of things you don't need to do. But I'm always growing in a business, so there's things I've got to work on. But yeah, I genuinely think that's mostly true. Outsourcing. Outsourcing is the way. Oh, I forgot to add that in. Maybe it's 25% I dislike then. Maybe it's 25. No, I'm kidding. The Grim is here. Whoop whoop. Welcome, my friend. Any advice for giving group sessions for work-related issues such as anxiety, confidence? First of all, you got to teach in the right way. If I try to do a talk, I got to hit the different kinds of people. There are why people, what people, how people, and what if people, right? Some people know, why am I listening to this? Some people are like, how do I do this? Other people are like, well, what's the details? And what if I do apply it? So there's different personality retention. So when I'm teaching this, not this week, next weekend, I usually go, look, this is what it is. This is why it's important. How do we do this? And that can be like the breakdown of it and also the demo and what else we can do. What if we do this? How is it going to change the person's life? So I try to break it down that way. But then, to me, the importance of finding the core of the issue and solving that. I mean, I do group coaching calls often. So I come up with a theme, come up with how do we tackle that? What's the most thing we got to solve? And also to ask questions. Asking questions. So that means you can solve the questions. Yeah. So if you don't know VAK, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, then you got olfactory and gustatory, so our 5 senses. So if you speak to them in different ways. So if I were to try to grab an audience right from the beginning, I'm just making this up now, but I'd pretty much go, look, it's great to see you all here. And I'm sure you're imagining what you're gonna get from this group call. But what I think you'll find is what I'm gonna speak about today is gonna really resonate with you. And it's gonna cause you to feel a certain way. And you understand why we're gonna be doing what we're doing and how this process works. And this is what we're gonna really do. And if you do apply it, this is what's gonna happen in your future. So in that long sentence, I caught people with the visual, which should always go first because they're the fastest to lose track because they're just seeing the images in their mind. Then I went to auditory, resonate. You could always say, I hope that sounds good. And then I went to feelings because they're the slowest of the people, not in a negative way, but they're feeling and it's a slower movement. And then I went into the what, why, how, what if. There we go. And now you've caught all the different kinds of people. The why people, the visual people, the what people, the auditory people, the kinesthetic people, the what if I apply this people, and the how people. And suddenly, we've got a captive audience. And the other cool thing, if you really want to get people into group hypnosis, and you'll notice I do this on my group, I do it in my group, but I do it on these. One of the sentences I say is, go ahead and breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So, why do I do that? Well, I'm getting group rapport. We're now all breathing at the same rate. And that means if I go ahead and talk as the out breath is going down, because I've matched you, paced you, then we're all in sync. So you could say on a group coaching, go, look, everyone for a moment, go ahead, relax, breathe in, and let it go. And now we're all synchronized in breath, and that means I can direct the conversation. Look at that, some little speaking tips. Nice, I like that episode. Cool, no, most welcome. Nice. Yeah, it's always good. Well, thank you. Yeah, it fuels me at the same time. The metaphor I was actually saying to someone today is like a candle. Now, not to say I do this, but how I see it in my mind is that I am a lit candle, right? Which was once not that lit because I was full of anxiety, fears, worries, and doubts. Suddenly I got a spark. And it lights up the room a little bit. And now I see other candles who aren't lit up. Now, if I go ahead and light up that candle, what is taken away from my flame of the candle? 0. Right? Because you're just having that spark, and then they're using the oxygen to be able to fuel the flame. So, if you see it like that, you don't get drained. That's what I like to think. Of course, it is energy consuming though, so I do get that. No problems at all. But yeah, sometimes I question it myself, but I do like it. Yeah, pacing. Pace the client. I just had an epiphany that you actually essentially expertly create our connections with each other. There we go. Well, thank you. Listen, I love epiphanies. Any other quick questions before we go? It's all good though. I burn out sometimes. I just gotta listen more. Listen to my mind. But I'm having fun now. It's Friday. And what do we do on Friday? Friday. It's Friday. Whoop, 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 whoop. You ready to learn? Yes! Reach out to me, my friend, if you're curious. Oh, is my echo still on? There we go. Because you're a superstar. Like, it'll be a perfect fit for you. Absolutely. Reach out to me. Send me a message. And anyone else. If you want to get on board right now. Go to... Look at that. Like it appeared just when we needed it to. And get the information. But you, my friend, perfect fit. And especially like with what you do as well. I love to get to know you guys. I don't dance. I sway. Yeah, there we go. Be in the moment. Has everyone got that? Screenshot it if you haven't. csnlph.com. Oh look, the dates just appeared as well. I need like an explosion effect, don't I? Like, so let's get into today's episode. It's going to be episode 791. Someone on LinkedIn. Great to have you. And it's your birthday. Okay, very quickly. We need a birthday stream. There we go. Happy birthday to you. I pressed the wrong button. Yay. Happy birthday, Jennifer. All the way on LinkedIn. I told you we stream in different places. Congratulations on your birthday. And look, just so you know, people are saying happy birthday to you. From YouTube. Any prerequisites on this one? No, this is like the beginning of it. So there's practitioner. The next level is master practitioner. And to be a master practitioner, you need the prerequisite of being a practitioner. So you don't need any there's like your entry level where you get certified as an NLP practitioner, a coach. You can start working with clients. And like if you want to become a coach practitioner, as I said, you would maybe have your own website. We actually teach you the business side as well, unlike other trainings, because I had that as the biggest issue for me. I had to learn out the hard way. I just got my certification. I was like, now what? How do I get clients? Didn't know, so I had to discover it and spend a lot of money how to. So now we just give it to you for free, or within the program. But no prerequisites. It's the equivalent of when I started out. And yeah. Yeah, exactly. We just pretend. But happy birthday. Look, all these happy birthdays for you. Oh, what a fun community. Sarah, are you a practitioner of NLP? I think you are, right? And if you are, you're not I don't think you're a master practitioner, so it'll be a master practitioner, which we're actually running this year. I cannot remember the dates, but we are running a master practitioner. But I believe you are a practitioner of NLP. Most welcome. Okay, we're running late. We got to get going. And we just might have to be a short episode now. All these wonderful questions. That's a great question. Hey, Ali, by the way. I can see you in my group on my other monitor. Send me an email and I'll find out. I'll find out. Great to have you here, superstar. You're most welcome. Happy birthday to you. So let's get into today's episode. Episode 791. And yeah, very quickly, it is. I had to invest a lot of money to learn business. And I'm still learning it. You're always learning. Always learning. That's right, 791. Okay, music's down. Let's get into today's episode and see what trouble we can get into. Are you ready? I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, let's. Or, yeah, let's go. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 791. Now, in this episode, I want to talk to you about what you might want to think about applying and getting into your life if you experience anxiety, confidence issues, worries, doubts, all those kind of things. This is going to be something that I think is very, very important, because the problem with feeling anxiety, the problem of feeling like an imposter, or feeling not worthy, deserving, or enough, the dread, all of those things, it causes you to feel alone. Like no one can really relate to how you feel. That sabotage, because we sometimes put on a mask, right? We try to help people. We don't want to create resistance or conflict, so we play small. We don't want to ruffle the boat. That doesn't even make sense. Ruffle the feathers or move the boat, rock the boat. There we go. It's being broadcasted live on YouTube/Joseph Clough, just so you know, because it is live. So we feel alone most of the time because we are experiencing a heavy weight on our shoulders when we cannot sleep, or if we wake up in the morning and we feel a level of dread just thinking about the day ahead. Is going to cause us to go, I don't like this. I feel alone. I feel lost, and I don't know what to do about it. So that's what we're going to be discovering today. What kind of helpful hints and tips that could cause us to break free of those eventually. Doesn't mean it's going to happen just like that, because you will need other elements. But of course, we go over lots of different elements on the podcast. I want to focus on a particular element in this episode. Now, before we go ahead and do that, let's just take a quick ad break, and that just means you are supporting the show and allowing us to do more, be more, have more, and help more people. Are you ready to transform your life in the most amazing way? If so, go ahead and download my free hypnosis app, where you can listen to hundreds of free coaching and hypnosis audios at your convenience on your phone. Create your own hypnosis sessions. That's right, all custom and tailored to your needs. Listen to hundreds of hypnosis sessions. Truly transformational, where you can transform in the day, and also, of course, you can transform as you go to sleep by toggling over the sunshine to the moon, and it will guide you off to sleep effortlessly. And of course, please go ahead and share the love and rate and review the app, because it just means we can help and support more people in the world, and we need it so much right now. You make the difference by leaving a review. Just go to your app store, type in Hypnosis with Joseph Clough, and leave your review. I appreciate you, and thank you for listening to this message. So, with that, let's get into it, because as I was saying just briefly before that, we feel lost and alone if we experience anxieties, worries, and doubts, and fears, and all those kind of things, right? So, how can we immediately start to interrupt that pattern? Well, in my opinion, and this is what I learned about myself, but also about business, like on my journey to being in a business and creating abundance and help in the world, was I had to surround myself with people who can support, nurture, and lift me up, right? I wanted to be connected with people where I could learn and grow, because in business, I felt alone, right? You're a business person, or an entrepreneur, and therefore you're at the top. Or even if you're like a CEO, you're at the top, and therefore people are relying on you, but you don't really have an opportunity to be able to rely on other people. It's like your responsibility. So I learned along the way, as an example, if I wanted to level up my ability to make an impact in the world, I had to surround myself with people who knew that, who were different from me, who could challenge me, but also I could look back and see myself in them. Right? Because I now feel connected. They are different, but they are uniquely connected on a business level. Now, why is that important when it comes to this topic of anxiety, fear, worry, and self-doubt? Well, because you feel alone. right? If you can be plugged into a community or a network, and we'll go over different examples which you can start to apply very, very soon. But if you can be plugged in a community, no matter what level, whether you pay to play or whether it's just free, it's going to cause you to feel not alone on that journey, which is a huge breakthrough because mainly we do feel alone. And let's think about it on a society level. If we go way back in time, we were in communities, in villages. We weren't just doing it by ourselves. Maybe a bit earlier before that, but then we formulated communities and connections and families and things like that, and it made you feel safe, secure. Like if you could just imagine going way back in time where the world was a crazier place where there could have been dangerous animals, or we're looking for shelter, we're looking for nutrition and food and things like that. If you did that just alone, the world would be a very scary and dangerous place. Now suddenly, if you could imagine that you had the same needs of shelter, security, food, and really human connection on top of that, and you suddenly had a village around you, or an extended family, friends, a support network, to be able to support in hunting or gathering, or whether it be building, or if it was people not feeling well, there was someone there to be able to help you, right? Or your family member. It made us feel connected. So biologically, we seek connection. We seek it, we desire it, and we can say other examples of relationships, right? That's why we want to be in a relationship sometimes. Not always, we don't always have to or want to or need to, but sometimes it's nice to have a shared connection with someone, to have experiences, to have a level of lifting up where you do it the same. So really, this is biology, right? Now, if we now apply it to the anxiety and the fear, which is one of the loneliest experiences to have because we don't feel connection. We don't, and here's the big three aspects to it. We don't feel seen, heard, or felt because we're doing it independently. And the problem with not being seen, heard, or felt, it means you are at a loss. Like you don't know where to go. You don't know how to find that help. You don't know how to find the expertise to be able to take you from that dark place of not feeling worthy, deserving enough, to then not know how to get out of it because you don't know what you don't know. And you do know what it feels like to feel broken. You're not broken, but to feel that way, or to feel that sense of disconnection. So suddenly, if you take the examples of me, we're going into business and learning about business so I can support and help more people, or whether it be going all the way back in time when we used to be in a village or connection. And think about that actually. We are more connected today, but we're even more isolated than ever because the technology of the digital world means we don't have to hang around with other people. And we know when that big event happened in last year, 2 years ago, whatever long it lasted and how long ago it was, you know that big event. It caused us to feel more isolated and more lost alone. In fact, when it came to the development schedule of children, that was huge. It was a huge level of disconnection, of not being able to learn by being surrounded with other children or with a teacher, right? It's a very big element, human connection. If we're just doing it all digitally, we don't always have that connection. Or if we do it en masse, it's very, very hard. But when you can start to connect with someone who understands who you are, who resonates where you are and supports you and will hold you accountable, because that's a big one, right? You want to be more dedicated to changing rather than staying the same. So therefore, you want to have someone to kind of point out some aspects. Say, hey, look, you're not really doing the work here. You're not really applying what needs to apply. Or if you do something good and great, let's just say you're surrounded in a community who supports and loves you, who wants to celebrate with you, and then in a weird, wonderful way, because you did the work or you got the help with someone who knows how to solve it, you feel brave and vulnerable to go, do you know what? I achieved this thing. Now, usually, that would be very hard for us because we don't usually celebrate our own stuff. We're always trying to help other people and do all the other things. In fact, sometimes people go, oh, you're just being cocky, you're just being overconfident, you're just bragging. Well, you weren't intentionally wanting to do that, and even if you did say those things, people probably wouldn't even care. But because we have that self-doubt of not being worthy enough, we don't feel worthy or deserving or enough to celebrate. But when you plug yourself in a community who will support you, they will honor your celebration and they will reach out and go, that's amazing. We want more of that. So just consider if you were to feel so connected, where you felt so comfortable to go, do you know what? I did this today. I made X amount of money, when you don't feel shame because you're being celebrated, or you were able to get that promotion, or you were able to drive confidently somewhere where you had like a driving fear or whatever it is, right? Or you were able to say, did not have anxiety whatsoever for the last week or two because we did the work. Suddenly, people are there to go, that's amazing. That's the good validation that we want. We don't want to seek validation based on our lack of worth. We want to be able to feel connected to people who know us, who are similar to us, who can lift us up whilst being accountable, whilst teaching us how to overcome those obstacles and those hurdles. You see, if you had that one powerful element, of course you need someone to be able to lead that, to show you that, because you don't want to be, here's the other thing, if you do it in the wrong way, if we're all in a negative place, we become an echo chamber. And that then goes, oh, there's a reason why you don't feel good enough. So you do need that positivity, accountability, that direction from someone as an ideal. Otherwise, you don't want to reaffirm their place. That's not healthy. But if you're moving in the right direction and you're supporting connected, and you're leading to the place where you want to be, being led there because you don't know what you don't know, that element is so important. That's community. That's the unity that we're looking for. That's where we feel seen, heard, and felt. That's where we don't feel broken because other people have just overcame it who are just a little bit ahead of you. And that becomes this ability to transform. I always love, for example, when I do my group coaching calls, because people ask questions that you never knew you had, that once they asked it, gave you that upgrade and that epiphany. When you see people transform, you're like, I'm going to be that next because they're just a little bit ahead of me. When people say you're doing such a great job and we believe in you, suddenly you don't feel lost and alone. So that one element is a huge element. Biologically, emotionally, personal development, in money, in business, in health, in relationships, in career, that just levels us up to be able to go, I'm ready to let this go. Now, there are different levels of community, as I was saying a little bit ago, and that is ultimately from the free to the pay to play, right? I've invested the pay to play model in myself, a significant every single month, because it allows me to be connected with heart-centered entrepreneurs and business people where we can be connected and learn and grow together. That's my pay to play when it comes to my personal development, because I want to be able to help as many people in the world in a heart-based way. That's just what I want. I don't want any scamminess. I want true heart-centered leaders, developers, all that kind of stuff, because that means I can just be absorbing that and I'll hopefully impart some information there. So I'm really into the pay to play because ultimately you get closer to the right people and you get plugged into a community who have invested in themselves to get there. Now, I also know not everyone has the ability to do that. And of course, just know there's just There's just the reality. Most of the time when there's no investment, there's less leadership, there's less accountability, there's less knowledge, and there can be more reaffirming of the same issue. It doesn't mean that they're bad, so I'm not saying that, but you could go to things like the meetups and communities around you right now who have the same desire as you. You just got to make sure that they're healthy, right? Like I said, you need a leader who knows how to overcome it. You will do want some accountability. But accountability can be showing up as well. But you've got those two big levels. You either create something for free or join something for free, and that will hopefully help you there. Even, for example, as I said, there's being broadcasted live on youtube.com/Joseph Clough. Now we have a pre-show, we have an after show, and there's a great level of community there. I get to know you, I get to know where you live, what you're going through, I get to support you. We all kind of do that. So there's that free level there of just kind of, it's more kind of like just typing, which is just, you know, functionality of live streaming. But there is that level of love and lifting each other up. That community is so important to people. And that's why I love doing these live streams, because we show up like maybe twice per week, or I mean, I do it 3 times, but not everyone goes 3 times per week. But you know, there's someone there for you to help you, and not just me, the people in the chat. And that's another level. You've got to think outside the box. You've got to get out of your own way and go, do you know what? Even though I feel lost and alone, even if I feel disconnected, even though I'm a people pleaser, feeling worthy, deserving, or not enough, I'm going to assume responsibility and recognize if I'm going to change, I need to reach out in community. And it can be virtual, it can be in person, there's lots of different levels. But the main thing is finding the right people. You see, going back to my group, in the beginning, we was like the whole, you know, like, oh, let's build a tribe together, right? Like kind of really be connected. And over the years of building my group within my program, people used to, or they still do, but we started calling it a family, right? Because it felt like a family. Where even on my group coaching calls, we all kind of unmute ourselves and we connect and we talk about what we've learned. And that level of heart-based connection of people rooting for you is one of the most incredible experiences that you may have, because you suddenly feel connected with other people just like you, going through the same types of issues, because we only work on the same core issue. That's why we only have a certain amount of people that I want to work with in my customized program. It just causes people to go, I see you, I recognize you because I see it in myself. And therefore you lift each other up. I firmly believe when it comes to relationships, a fundamental should be to lift each other up. Now the problem is when we're not feeling worthy, deserving, or enough, and we do feel lost and alone, and that anxiety and that fear and that dread, all of those things, not only are we not feeling connected with other people because we feel lost and we feel disconnected, but unfortunately we tend to attract people of the same nature, right? Because a like attracts like, but also opposites attracts even, but that can get more of a problem. That's where people who are, say, narcissists will be able to see that, let's say you're not feeling worthy and good enough or deserving, a narcissist will be able to see that from a mile away. They'll go, I'm gonna be connected to this person because they'll allow me to be the narcissist. They'll allow me to be in that environment. So be conscious when we feel lost and alone, we may actually be attracting the wrong people because we're putting that energy out there. And especially if we're people pleasers, people will just go, oh, this person, as in you in this case, is going to take care of it. And suddenly now everyone's relying on us, and we feel more like an imposter than ever before. We feel more scarcity because not only are we lost and alone, but other people are taking advantage of that. Or, on that first example, we're surrounding each other with people of the same energy of negativity, worry, and doubt. Have you ever had that experience, by the way? Either experience where maybe a narcissist in nature kind of has taken advantage of you? And it could be like a boss, it could be a partner, it could be a family member, where they just kind of see the chink in your armor and kind of like keep prodding at it and expecting all these things of you, and also to make you feel worse, keeping you in that prison. Or if you've just like attracted the same kind of people, like not to say like low energy, but like people who would live by drama, reasons and excuses, and that just feels sticky, right? It feels like uncomfortable being connected with people who aren't willing, because you have that spark in you who does want to change. And they say, I mean, it's not really true as such, but it's a good little benchmark to consider, that you are the sum of the 5 closest people around you. Or let's just say the closest people around you, if we wanted to go beyond the 5. Now, if we're connected with narcissists, or we're connected with people taking advantage of us, or we're connected with people who have lots of reasons for staying the same, well, we assume that. That becomes the reflection of who we are. So if we're going to change, we want to be able to tap into a new community who's going to support us. Plug in to someone who can help you and support you to overcome those challenges. Doesn't always mean you got to let go of everyone in your present, because sometimes we don't want to do that. Sometimes we have to put up with some people. But the more you can add in positivity in your life, the more you'll transform, especially if there is beyond that one element of human connection. Like I said, it's not going to solve everything, but it's definitely going to make a shift in the very beginning. The next part of the elements is figuring out how to solve that problem. And usually that is where someone like me would come in, if it were to be the imposter syndrome, because that's what I do for a living. Let go of the limiting beliefs of not being worthy, deserving enough. Plug you into the community, plug you into the processes which will transform everything and tailor it for your needs. That's one level. But let's just say you wanted to get better at sports, and let's say it was a specific sport, well, you'd want to be able to be connected with a trainer who's very good at that sport, a community which will allow you to have accountability, a community who will be able to bring you up and connect you and lift you up. So there's lots of different levels that we can go about, but it starts with you. It starts with you to go, do you know what? I'm not happy feeling lost and alone. I'm not happy not being connected. I'm not happy being connected with some people in my life because they're taking advantage, or we're not letting people in. Because the other thing is, if you don't feel worthy or enough, guess what? Sometimes you purposely, unconsciously self-sabotage that relationship because you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to feel like someone's going to take advantage, so I'm just going to destroy the relationship before I even have a chance of having a good one. There's lots of that self-sabotaging experience. So make sure that you start to implement a community. Find someone who can connect you with people just like you, who can then lead you to where you want to be. There's lots of options out there, depending on what your needs are, what your symptoms are, what your core issue is. And that means you get to transform and change in every single way. Now, of course, if you ever need a specific problem solving, like feeling like an imposter, like not feeling you know enough, or you're not capable, good enough, worthy, deserving, the imposter syndrome, the fear of being a fraud, the anxiety, the feeling like you are enclosed in a self-imposed prison based on the past experiences, if you want to be liberated from that, wake up every single day in an abundant way, in a way that allows you to serve those in your life in a profound way, to be able to be in purpose and on purpose. If you're ready to make that big leap, you can apply to be plugged into my community. Ultimately, you go ahead to josephclough.info/talk, and when you go there, you book a call to speak with us. It'll be a one-to-one call. You fill out an application so we understand where you are, and then when you show up on that one-to-one call, we'll go ahead and get clear on exactly what you want to let go of. We'll get clear on exactly where you want to be, the dream, the heaven. We'll figure out what's getting in the way and come up with a plan to make it a reality if you're a good fit. Now, of course, this is not free. There is an investment because it is so built for your needs. It is a pay to play, but it's a pay for freedom. It's an ability to be able to invest in yourself because you are transforming the very fiber of your being. You're allowing yourself to recognize you are worthy and deserving enough by doing so. You're able to be able to feel ready to achieve those goals. And it could be in abundance, it could be in career, it could be a practitioner of change, it could be absolutely relationships, it could be health. It affects everything. So after all, when we let go of that, to me, that is a life-changing experience in every single way. So once again, that is josephclough.info/talk. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And of course, if you're getting value from this audio, this video, and so on, you can go ahead and rate and review my app at josephclough.info/review. josephclough.info/review, and therefore we can support and help more people. Sometimes all we need is one person to hopefully instigate a change. I want to be a part of that, but you have to, not you have to, but like when you leave a review, people see that. People usually only leave bad reviews on things, right? Thankfully not on my app as much, but in general, because we feel agitated by a server, so it's quick to do that, we rarely kind of leave good reviews. But if you feel like you've got value from my app or any of my 791 free episodes, then I'd love you to be able to do that. It's josephclough.info/review. And with that, my friend, I wish you the very best in getting into a community, finding that time to feel seen, heard, and felt, and be led over the obstacles and the challenges, so you can live the life that I believe you desire, but also deserve. And with that, I'll speak to you on a future episode. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay. That was. I'm going to do this again very quickly. There we go. Just for the edit. I think that will work. So pleased you enjoyed it, my friend. So important. I should have said other little avenues that I'm connected with as well. But maybe we'll get that into another one. It is true. They will see that. So was that the NLP practitioner? So on the certificate, a practitioner. If you're not a practitioner, then you'd go on the practitioner. If not, be the master. And then be the trainer. And then be the master trainer. And that's the level that I'm at. I'm able to teach people to teach people. There we go, right? Being connected. Absolutely, MZ. It's always a pleasure to have you here in the community. It's a reflection of yourself, which is interesting, right? Okay, NLP practitioner, therefore, you'll be the next level of a master practitioner, which I'll be running soon. I don't know when. This year, in a month or two. Do I think narcissists can change? I think anyone can change. I don't want to live in a world where I think some people can't change. It's too limiting for me. I believe that anyone has the ability. That the problem is self-awareness. So the biggest problem with narcissists or some pathological disorders is the lack of conscious awareness, like empathy and self-awareness of doing wrong. But I also believe, I mean, it can be biological. I mean, it is biological, but it could be, you know, like loose wires. But I also like think about the analogy of a bully was usually bullied. So we don't know where that narcissism came from. Is it from biology, or was it taught? Nature, nurture. So I would be very, very positive and go, absolutely. And yeah, I would say so. If the narcissist wants to change. That's the only tricky part. Nice. Yeah, it's a human need. It's a need, not a want, not a desire. It's a need. It's a human biological need for most people. I mean, some people can be very independent, but even then, maybe it's like, I know, real far extreme would be like, but still wanting a pet, right? There's still human needs of connection. One thing I'm not very good at is dates. I forget. I don't like diaries, or calendars as you would say in America. Not Dear Diary. Dear Diary. I haven't had one of those ever in my life. But a diary or a calendar, I don't run by. I'm not very good at it. But it's going to be at least around that time then. Absolutely. So with that, we have just done the episode. I'm just checking my phone because I got some priorities that I've got to do. Like little Sebastian. Figure out what happened at the dentist. I'm eager to find out. But if you are interested in the NLP, you got to be quick because we start next weekend. You got to be quick. For the practitioner, you have to be quick. That's not me pressure selling. It's literally, it's happening next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. This is another great question, and I don't know. It'll be somewhere maybe on the website, or reach out to me, or there's probably an email on there. So I do not know, but I do not know. Excuse me. But it'll be somewhere on the website. If not, reach out onto the website and someone will reach out to you as to what that is. I just like to show up. It'd be video. Now the thing about it is, because the weekends are staggered in weekends, you don't have to do it all up front, as long as you get the first amount in of the prerequisites, and then between that and that one, that means you can break it down. So it is doable, but also you want to be able to, like, you wouldn't, like, we're not going to get people to sign up within 48 hours of a training. We'll just say, nope, can't be done. So it's better to do it now if you're doing it. And if you don't, you don't. That's all good. Only if it's in your heart to do that. Yeah. I would, because it's all communication. Like, it's not, I would probably say there's a split between our students who enroll. One would be to maybe be a practitioner. Like, they want to learn to be a practitioner to help people. The other split is self-development. And the other one is to increase their ability in the workspace, where it be as a teacher, like in school, or where it be in business. So there's different reasons, because really it's communication with people or animals, because like 93% of communication is unconscious. So tonality, physiology, and you'll know that, Steph, based on what you do. there's lots of levels of communication. So it's about being able to communicate effectively. Like we had, I don't know if you were right at the beginning, I was talking about just ideas of communicating effectively with, you know, the certain kind of keywords, and there's lots of them. We only covered the preference of content, like why, what, how, what, if, to visual, auditory, kinesthetic, which would be our primary I've got to learn how to teach again. Visual, auditory, kinesthetic, primary. I'm just trying to think of that word. Representation. That would do it. So that's just like 2 of them. But there's other things like common experience. There's let's just think of a couple, because there's so many of them. But we teach you how to communicate, in other words, effectively. But you can do it like just to change your state, to work on your own development. Like it covers for everything. We have so many people from different backgrounds. Just depends. Oh dear, well, we're about to finish for stream anyway. Yeah, this transformational. Like, if I did not do what I do for a living, I would definitely want to know about the skill set of communication, because it's all relationships. It's all business is all about relationships. Relationships are about relationships, family, and all those kind of things. Like, it's all communication. So it's very, very important for our development. So I would be going on my own course or someone else's course just to level up there without even wanting to be a practitioner. It just so happened to be what I fell into because I used to experience the issue, and I thought I want to help as many people as possible. Actually, we have lots of Reiki practitioners because you're utilizing tone and language at the same time. Very good mix. We have also massage or physical therapists who does that. Who do that to level up. Like, you can, people like Reiki is fantastic for the energy, but what about the mind as well? So it really is a fantastic combination. I said a while back, like, true holistic doctors should work on the mind, the body, and let's just say personal development or spirit or truth, like whatever that may be for anyone. So it's nice to have the physical with the mental or the emotional or the spiritual, depending on the frame. I think it's a fundamental truth that it is important to consider all of those things so it levels up everything. For example, if you're just doing massage or Reiki, but there's a psychological limiting decision to have chronic migraines or fatigue because of a limiting belief or decision, then you're just kind of helping them. But if you can do the psychological and the physical, that's where we transform. Pay to play, yeah, that's what I kind of mean. You gotta, like, some things are free, some things you invest in for the return. Like my program's investment, this is free right now. It's being broadcast live on YouTube and so on. But then my program is fully customized and tailored for the needs of the person. And also for, like, the community I'm in. Like, I'm always happy to be vulnerable, like how much I spend on my own development, and I spend a minimum of 2K every single month because it's vital and fundamental to my growth, because I want to help and learn more, be more, serve more, grow more. So I see that not as a cost, as an investment. So that would be like, I've got to pay something to play in that environment, or pay to grow. I don't know, something like that. Exactly. Exactly, right? It's a perfect mix. Never too late. Never too late. Exactly. Here's the thing. Some of the most wealthy people started pretty late. In business, I'm just thinking, because I like business, so I like that. But if you go into the art world, some people started crazy late. Nice. I don't know what part was the inspirational part, but it could be about someone in the chat as well. But I love it. Most welcome. Exactly. I don't even want to retire. Lots of things, really. A lot of it's been about developing, like, my business. Because I know I gotta get, there's always room to grow in business, so I'd say that is important to me in the last 6 months. But I've been doing that, last 6 months, I've been doing that like that 2K for the last 2.5 years. I understand, yeah. And even before that monthly fee, I used to be a part of a mastermind, which was a 25K enrollment fee. But it plugged me in with some crazy cool entrepreneurs. So that's what I've been doing a lot of study. Other than that, just general self-development, getting better. But then I got study of trying to do tech, lots of things. I feel I'm gonna sneeze. But my friends, thank you so much for being here. If you like this, go ahead, like the video. Put a thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying the content. Leave a comment. Either on the upload or on the live stream. As in after the live stream, so it appears there. I don't like this song. So, yeah. And let's shine together. Let's do what has to be done. So with that, thank you all for being here. I wasn't gonna do it. I bought an ex-girlfriend a course in Reiki. Years ago. For like their birthday. Because they really wanted to do it. I know tons of people on that side of the world. You too, my friend. So thank you, everyone. I better go and do a bit of work before I relax for my last weekend. Well, not my last ever weekend, but my weekend of before I do the practitioner training. If you meant about the Reiki thing, yeah. Unless you're talking about other things on the chat. It's always hard for me to tell sometimes. Are you speaking amongst yourself? Are you? And also because there's like a 30-second delay, 20-second delay, 15 seconds. So it's always hard to know when the comments are applying what I'm saying. It's not real time because there's latency and things like that. But you all have a wonderful weekend. And see you soon, my friend. Exactly. So, have a wonderful weekend. And I'll speak to you all soon. Many thanks and goodbye. Oh, no, I didn't press. I almost pressed the wrong button. I want this button. Ready? Steady? Ready, steady? I'm about to start the stream. No. Many thanks and goodbye.